Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Hagerstown. We are so glad that you are here with us this morning. It's lovely looking at these bright, beautiful faces and everybody catching up. It's a beautiful day. Open my eyes, greet the new day, take a deep breath, kneel down and pray. Then I give thanks, look in the mirror, and a friend looks back at me. A smile lights up my face, and I know that I am blessed. So I expect the best. I expect the best. Do 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 do. I know that I'm loved right where I stand. I know I'm enough just as I am. All that I want, all I desire is now waiting here for me. The universe conspires to ensure my happiness, so I expect the best. I expect the best from every passing moment, every single day. Do 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 do. Come on, you feel it. Do 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 do. I'm loving my life, living my dreams, losing my fears. I'm spreading my wings, feeling alive, anticipating what the future holds for me. Well, I can't wait to see what's gonna happen next, 'cause I expect the best. Do 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 do. I expect the best. Do 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 do. Expect the best.
Tell you what, you give a girl a couple weeks off and everything just falls apart, right? Welcome to Unity of Hagerstown. It's so good to be here, so good to see each and every one of you. Welcome to our online community. We're so grateful that you are part of this community. We have something here from our website. Unity teaches that there is only God, everywhere present, which means the divine shines through all. The teachings are considered perennial wisdom found throughout the ages in many faith traditions. Unity fosters community, self-awareness, and joyful service. Let's begin with an opening prayer, shall we? Letting go of all the busyness that may have come this morning. Letting go of any anxiety, any fear, any concerns, and resting in that presence of God. I am centered in God. God is centered in me. Repeat that affirmation silently to yourself. I am centered in God. God is centered in me. God everywhere present. Love everywhere present. Wisdom everywhere present. As we align with our Christ consciousness, we are able to allow that love and wisdom to come forth. And we are grateful. Amen. If you'll join me in our vision statement together. Unity of Hagerstown exists to inspire awakening to the divine within and honor the sacred in all. Now we'll have the reading of the daily word with Adair.
Today's word from the daily word is joy. Joy lives in my heart and blesses my life. Joy lives in me as an aspect of my divine inheritance. I feel it as the love in my heart and the peace in my soul that colors my every experience. Even as the rhythms of life shift, joy is my constant companion. When living feels light, joy is in the harmony in my relationships, the laughter in my celebrations, and the satisfaction in my soul. When living feels heavy, joy is still present at my peaceful bearing and faith-filled presence. My joy blesses me daily, but it is not for me alone. I share it generously. I rejoice in being a source of light in times of peace and a shelter in times of trouble. I am blessed to live a joyful life. I affirm God's joy is my joy today and every day. And from Job 8:21, he will yet fill your mouth with laughter and your lips with shouts of joy. Together, joy lives in my heart and blesses my life. And again, joy lives in my heart and blesses my life.
Thank you, Adair. Now we have an opportunity to greet one another with handshake, hug, howdy, hug, dance, whatever it is, but make sure that it is welcoming and welcomed by the one you are greeting. They may not want to see you dance, I'm just saying. So let's greet each other, and if you want to say hello to our online community, just come around this area here and give them a wave. And so I do want to say hello to these wonderful people watching. Thank you so much for being here, and we appreciate your love, your support, your prayers. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Give them a few minutes. Not a minute. Just a few more seconds. Okay, let's do it. Play loud. I got God to lift me up when I'm lonely. I got God to show me the way. I got God always there to remind me I can surrender, let go, and know that I've got God. Every time I feel separation and I'm feeling so all alone, I call out to Spirit, and that sweet voice of love just leads me back home. I got God to lift me up when I'm lonely. I got God, yeah, to show me the way. I got God always there to remind me I can surrender, let go, and know that I got God. Ooh, I got God. When I'm afraid or feel insecure, I need to stop and look deep inside and connect to the power that even when I resist, it can't be denied. I got God to lift me up when I'm lonely. I got God, yeah, to show me the way. I got God, always there to remind me I can surrender and let go and know that I've got God. Ooh, I got God, you got God, we got God. We got God. I can surrender, let go, and know that we've got God.
Yes, thank you so much, Brent and Patty. Yeah. So last month at our town hall meeting, I was asked to do an elevator speech. And for those of you who may not know what an elevator speech is, it's the time that to describe or explain something as if you were in the elevator. Now, some of those speeches may be longer if you're going up 100 floors, right? Some may be shorter if you're only going up 4 floors, so you have to be very concise. And the most effective ones come straight from your heart. You're speaking of your own experience. So to give a Unity elevator speech, we're going to speak from our own experience. So often when we're asked, what is Unity? Or if we're from Unity, actually the first response I get, oh, you mean Unitarian? Not quite. But the next question that comes up is, what is Unity? And it can be difficult to describe, even though we only have 5 principles. Unity is so much more than those principles. So that's what we're going to explore today. Not exactly me telling you what the elevator speech is, but you crafting one as we go into a time of meditation and reflection. But to begin with, I thought it'd be fun to look at some other elevator speeches. This is from unity.org. This is what Big Unity has to say. Whether you have a strong spiritual foundation, are just at the beginning of your spiritual journey, or do not believe in God at all, Unity offers spiritual insights and guidance for all people. While having its origins rooted in Christianity, the Unity teachings bring together ancient wisdom from many faith traditions. You will not find dogma in Unity, and we honor all spiritual paths. I thought that's a pretty good one. Yeah, really nice, right? So while I was gone, I went to Unity of the Blue Ridge outside of Asheville, and I found this one. Radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, socially responsive. At Unity of the Blue Ridge, we come from all walks of life, faiths, and spiritual traditions. What unites us together as a community is our commitment to love, upholding sacred oneness, inspiring and supporting each other, and working together to be a presence for good in our world. Another really nice elevator speech. So take note of ones that you like, okay? Or phrasing that you might like. But I'm gonna go on because I didn't stop there. I had to see what AI said. The Unity Church, officially known as Unity, is a positive, practical, spiritual movement founded in 1889 by Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, rooted in the New Thought movement and Christian teachings. It emphasizes affirmative prayer, the inherent divinity of all people, and the power of thought. And actually, it did a pretty good job with that, too, I thought. And I'm like, what does our website say? Unity is a positive, practical, progressive approach to spirituality based on the universal truths in all religions. We are trans-religious, seeing value in each wisdom tradition. We believe that all rivers lead to the one ocean. That's just a portion of what unity is on our website, but yeah, I thought I'd draw that out. So things to think about, things to maybe include in your own elevator speech if it resonates with you. So, one more. I forgot about this one. This is almost even better than all the others. But this is from an unexpected source. It's from Ernest Holmes, who is another New Thought leader, but he was not unity, so I had to modify it a little bit. He tells us, our philosophy of unity is not new to the world. It is the synthesis of the greatest concepts that have ever come to the mind of man. The law of Moses, the love of Christ, the ethics of Buddha, the morals of Confucius, the deep spiritual realizations of the Hindus, the mystical revelations of the saints of the Middle Ages, the laws of parallels and compensation of Emerson, the logic of Kant, the spirituality of Swedenborg, the beauty of Browning, and the wide universal sweep of Walt Whitman, all find an exalted place in the philosophy of unity. Wherever you find truth, it belongs to everyone. So yeah, pretty nice quote. And it was pretty, I didn't modify it much, I just capitalized the U for unity. He was speaking of, unity, not the movement, but unity, the concept. So to get us started in finding that own answer within each of us, because we are always connected to wisdom within, we're going to go to an unlikely source. Here's a hint. Oh, yeah. Jonah and the whale. Jonah, of course, was a Hebrew prophet. He was being guided by God to go to the city of Nineveh to tell those people to repent from whatever they were doing, to change their ways. Well, he did not want to go. So he got on the first boat that was going in the opposite direction. And now whether he was trying to hide from God or run from God or just, run away from his responsibilities, I don't know. But he got on the boat, and of course, a storm came along. In fact, the scriptures say God sends a massive storm. The sailors get afraid. I mean, have you seen pictures of the boats in those days? They were like little wooden big canoes, basically. Really, I'd be a little afraid too, I think. So Jonah tells the sailors, that what he's done, trying to go the opposite way in what God had intended or wanted. And he tells them, just throw me over into the water and the water will calm down. And then in Jonah 1, verse 17, it states, now the Lord had prepared a great fish to swallow up Jonah. And Jonah was in the belly of the fish 3 days and 3 nights. Now both the Hebrew and the Aramaic use the word fish, not whale, but we think in our minds of it being a whale. But it's a big fish. It doesn't say what type of fish, but we assume it was a whale, because that's the biggest thing we could think of that would swallow up, could possibly swallow up. That's because we're taking it literally, right? The word prepared, the Lord prepared a great fish, is probably better, reads better as appointed this to happen, according to Dr. Rocco Errico, who is one of the world's foremost authorities on the Aramaic language. And there's an inference there that God set up this appointment, a divine appointment, for the fish to swallow up Jonah, not as punishment, but to rescue him. And the phrase swallow up is also referring more like gulping down. And the interesting thing is, at least to me, I'm kind of a Bible nerd, but the interesting thing, according to Errico, is that the term fish changes from masculine to feminine after the fish swallows up Jonah. So at first, the term for fish is dog and is masculine. But as soon as Jonah is swallowed up or gulped down, it reads hadaga, which is feminine. Why would this be? The fish is pregnant with Jonah. Errico also comments on the term that a great fish refers to a fish just the right size to accommodate. Now, when we take this story literally instead of metaphysically or metaphorically, we miss a lot because the Aramaic idiom of being in a fish is much like ours of being in a pickle or being in a jam, okay? That puts a whole different twist on it, right? When we're asked what unity is and nothing comes to mind, we're kind of in a pickle, right? We have that deer in the headlights look, and yeah, it's a nice church, right? So, but just like Jonah, 3 days and 3 nights can make a difference. Just as our elder brother, Jesus, rose on the 3rd day, when we rise in consciousness, we resurrect our ability to connect with wisdom within and find the words to speak. Are you with me on this? Okay, good. And this is really this is true for prayer. This is true for answering questions. And, actually connecting to that source within gives us more than just speech. It gives us clarity and guidance and wisdom and so much more. Holmes tells us, I am guided by the same intelligence and inspired by the same imagination that scatters the moonbeams across the waves and holds the forces of nature in its grasp. That same divine intelligence, that same imagination exists within each of us as well. When we become still enough to connect with that wisdom, words will come. Again, though, when we are put on the spot, we may not remember to connect, but this is part of our practice. To remember again and again, to go within, to connect to our heart space, our higher self. So this alignment period when we're aligning with our true self is really the gestation period in the belly of the fish, in the midst of the dilemma. Charles Filmer, co-founder of Unity, taught us that the power of our words do not originate with the words. The power doesn't originate with the words. It comes from the divine idea, which the words represent. And it also comes from the sense of the I am of the person who's doing this speaking the words. So a consciously spoken word, which has good intentions behind it, carries power. A mechanically spoken word with not much intention doesn't have much power. A word, if consciously spoken with the sole intention of expressing a divine idea such as love or peace or unity, carries the greatest power of all. So let's review how we do this, even though I know we all know. I know we all know. We quiet our thoughts, either by paying attention to our breath, focusing on our hearts. Whoops. Taking the microphone off your head. We get out of our logical thinking mind. Our logical thinking mind is a beautiful thing, but we're accessing deeper wisdom here. So with a calming breath and also faith that this inner guidance is there for us, we listen. And we may not hear anything out loud, but we have a sense of what to say. When we're asked, what is unity? We have a sense. And this is how our beloved prayer chaplains are trained, to go within and let the words flow. And this is how you can come to deliver an elevator speech when asked what unity is. And if you're not comfortable with this format, you can always write one out that resonates with you and just have it memorized, have it in your back pocket. Brene Brown, in her book, Strong Ground, talks about a pickleball injury that she received, and being rather competitive. She went to a professional fitness trainer to help her with her game. Well, she was expecting him to help her improve her, that was a really, really beautiful stroke, right? Improve with her strokes, but he worked on her core, because out of the strength of the core, everything else flows. One of the exercises he had her do was to stand, like mountain pose in yoga, but imagine roots being grounded into the earth. Well, we can spiritually stand strong as well, rooted in the ground of being, rooted in God. Our inner strength. This is our spiritual strength as well. We develop this core strength physically, of course, through exercise, emotionally through self-awareness, spiritually through our practices, our spiritual practices. Another unlikely source, perhaps, is a quote from Tesla. "My brain is only a receiver. In the universe, there is a core from which we obtain knowledge, strength, and inspiration." And I will tell you that it's everywhere present. It's not like out there in the universe, in the cosmos somewhere. It is everywhere present. That strength, imagination, knowledge, inspiration is there for us to access. And we do it by quieting our thoughts and going within so we can be in that stillness, rooted in the ground of being. So, on my time off, I was at what I call a spiritual camp. I don't really know what to call it. It's not like anything I've ever been to. It's not really a retreat, but it's kind of a combination of the camps I went to growing up and like a retreat. So I've been going there for about 4 years now, and I find a great deal of love and support and community there. The founder of the camp was a guy named Glenn Clark, who was an English college professor, but he believed in the power of prayer. So prayer is built throughout the camp. And he was eventually led to establish these spiritual camps around the world. Now, many of them have closed because this is probably 100 years ago, 80 years ago at least. But there's still a handful that are around. And they used to be 3 weeks. I keep thinking, you know, I would love to go to a camp for 3 weeks. I just feel like you would be so immersed in the love there, and that transformation would surely happen. Either that or you'd get bored and leave. I don't know. But they used to be 3 weeks long, and they would have a speaker. In the early days, Glenn Clark was the speaker for 3 weeks. And one time he was going to one of the camps by train. He got off, we got to the camp, and he realized he had left all his notes on the train. He gave 42 talks in 3 weeks' time without any notes. He was connected to his wisdom within. My friends, that is a shining example of what we all can do, even though I have notes in front of me now. We are connected to divine mind. The Reverend Dr. John Waterhouse tells us, I skipped one. Intuition is spirit knowing itself. Yes. Now, Waterhouse's quote, by being still, receptive, and consciously aware, we allow that deeper wisdom to guide our thoughts and actions. In other words, our minds exist within the one mind, which contains all intelligence and all imagination. When we become aware of our oneness, we can access the same power that guided the cosmos. That's incredible. That's incredible. If you don't get excited over that quote, then I want you to reread it. So this guidance system within doesn't mean that we don't have an established spiritual practice. They work hand in hand. The established practice helps that guidance become more clear for us. Okay? Charles Fillmore tells us, practice the presence of God until you open your consciousness to the inflow of the omnipresent, all-knowing mind. Then affirm your unity with that mind until you know and fully realize through the many avenues of wisdom just what you should do. This acquirement of a knowledge of the divine will is not the work of an instant. It results from patient and persistent spiritual study, prayer, and meditation. So, we're going to move into a time of meditation to practice the presence of God. And then at the end of the meditation, while we're still nice and quiet and able to listen to our higher self, I'm going to invite you to reflect on a series of questions out of which you can form your own elevator speech. So if you would like pen and paper, just raise your hand, because we have some in our wonderful greeter, Scott, will come along and pass you pen and paper. Yeah, I think you ought to have it anyway, just so you can write something down if something comes to you. Nobody wants pen and paper? Okay. Scott, can you hand out the pens and paper? And those online, please have pen and paper available for you, because if it's not an elevator speech, it may be something else that comes to you. Okay. Oh, you could use your phone, too. I didn't think about that. Old school. Okay, so let's, I think. Okay, I think everybody's getting their paper and pen. Okay. So let's go ahead and adjust our position so that the chair is fully supporting us. Feet are on the floor. I invite you to close your eyes or gaze softly at the ground in front of you. Set the pen and paper down in your lap if you like, or the seat next to you. Just being open and receptive at this moment. Practice the presence of God. The presence of God everywhere, omnipresence. Breathing in God, breathing out God. God in your DNA, God all around you. To practice it means to repeat it. Repeat that affirmation or that thought that God is present everywhere. And as we do that, we may feel that we are opening to that presence of God, opening to that presence of wisdom. Allowing that deeper wisdom to come forth. Our minds exist within the one mind, and the one mind contains all intelligence and all imagination. We are one with the one mind. One with the one mind. I am open and receptive. Wisdom guides my thoughts. I am grounded in God. And in this place of stillness, inner stillness, I invite you to ask yourself, what have I learned from attending Unity, either about myself or the nature of God? Maybe I learned that God is present everywhere, or that my thoughts are creative. What have I learned? If nothing comes immediately to mind, just rest and be open. Don't let the worry take over. And if something does come to mind, go ahead and write it down. What have I learned from attending Unity? And then the next question, what brings me joy in attending Unity? What brings me the most joy? Maybe it's the community, the music, the potlucks. What brings me the most joy in attending Unity? Kindred spirits? And then write that down as well. How has my life changed since coming to Unity? How has my life changed? Am I more positive? Am I happier? I hope so. Is there a purpose? When I think of Unity, what immediately comes to mind? If I were to combine all of these answers to these 4 questions, would that feel like a full explanation of what Unity is to to me, to someone unfamiliar with it. So take a moment and see if you can't use your answers to compile the beginning of an elevator speech, or maybe a complete elevator speech. You've written down what is meaningful to you, what is your experience. And know that you can always continue work on this. You can also continue working on accessing that deeper wisdom within. So I'd like to share what came to me when I was kind of creating these questions, what turned into a little bit of an elevator speech. Unity teaches that there's only God. That's what I learned, everywhere present. That's what I've learned from Unity, which means the divine shines through all. Another thing I learned, Unity fosters community, self-awareness, and joyful living. That's kind of a combination of what brings me joy, community, and how has my life changed? Greater self-awareness, more joyfully living. And then I added, because this is an important piece to me as well, the teachings are considered perennial wisdom found throughout the ages in many faith traditions, making them accessible for all. So that's what I came up with just in doing this exercise. What you came up with is going to look completely different because it's from your perspective. And I kind of feel like having a couple people, if they want to share. Would anybody like to share what they came up with? Don't look away. You don't have to. It's not required. Ella? Yeah, grab a microphone.
I just wanted to share with the first one, what have I learned from attending Unity? A large portion of that has been influenced with the emotional intelligence, questioning, why am I doing that? Why did I feel that way? And this kind of gives a social practice. I get to interact with people and kind of connect with you more and more individually.
Yeah, thank you. Anybody else? Okay, so this is one method of bringing forth your own elevator speech. You can, like I said, you can always pick and choose from what I've shared and create one patchwork style from all the other elevator speeches we've seen today. And you can also, just not write one out and just trust that you will access the words when needed, a little scary perhaps stepping into it like that, but we can do that. So let's move on and have a song by Brent and Patty.
I can feel you in the morning sun. I can see you in the sky above. I can hear you in the gentle breeze. You are always in all ways with me. I can feel you in the morning morning sun, I can see you in the sky above. I can hear you in the gentle breeze. You are always, in all ways with me. Never a moment that you're too far from my heart. You're always in all ways with me. I can feel you in the morning sun. I can see you in the sky above. I can hear you in the gentle breeze. You are always, in all ways with me. With me.
Thank you, Brent and Patty. That was beautiful. I invite you to join me now in our offertory affirmation together. Well, just wait till it gets there. Joyfully I give from the abundance of divine supply that is manifest through me. I am a spiritual being living in a spiritual world under spiritual law, and I am prosperous. I bless these offerings and see them go forth to do a mighty work. And during our offering, we will have a song.
A mighty river, too hard to hands, from head to heart to hands. Well, I share from the bounty because I understand. But blessings flow when I simply let it roll, from head to heart to hands. Head to heart to hands. Through me, Spirit move through me. From head to heart to hands. From head to heart to hands. Through me. Through me, Spirit move through me. From head heart to hands. Through me, Spirit move through me. From head to heart to hands. From head to heart to hands. From head to heart to hands. From head to heart to hands.
Yes, thank you again, Brent and Patty. And we do have a few announcements coming up, but first I'd like to invite Kirsten up to, oh, nope, I'm sorry, I don't have it first, I put it last. I'm so sorry. I thought it was first, but come on up and get your microphone, these are gonna be quick. Dinner and discussion, 6 p.m., it's a potluck, it's a Wednesday night, August 19th. And then that should be a week from this coming Wednesday. And then on Sunday, the 16th, which they're totally out of order. But who's counting, right? Sunday Fun Day, we're going to be at Penmar Park after the celebration service with another potluck, music, and fellowship. So I hope you can make those. And now, prayer partners. Take it away, Kirsten.
Prayer partners. First, let me tell you what a prayer partner isn't. It is not a prayer chaplain. There are no classes involved. You don't have to memorize anything. You don't have to commit to anything you don't want to commit to. what it is two people getting together, however often they want to do it, whether they want to do it every day, every week, every month, whenever the mood, strikes them, and to whatever it is that they decide they want to do. Maybe it wants to be prayers. Maybe it wants to be what I've done with others, is just to repeat the daily word to each other. Maybe something from Science of Mind, maybe something from reading. I have a prayer partner that I've worked with for years, and all we do is study books. That's what we do. We do say a prayer at the end of each session, and it's the prayer for protection. Not all of us are Diane. I can't possibly do those amazing prayers, but I do what I can. And that's what I'm asking, is that you do what you can, what you want. Let me give you an example. Helen is my prayer partner. We got in touch recently because I was going to bring over some bubble wrap for something that she needed. And she got back to me and said, could I have a prayer for my husband? He's lost his keys. So I said, okay, key prayer coming up. And I just sat. And then I got in touch with her and I said, I'm seeing a pocket. And she was going to check his pants again. And I said, no, not pants. It doesn't look like that. It just kind of looks like a pocket. And then she got back to me and said, I found them in the well in the car. It looked like a pocket. And all we did was text back and forth to each other. And it took maybe 10 minutes. And that was it. That was what we needed to do that day. Another day, it might be something, a lot more. Well, that was important. That was very important, but different. So I'm asking you to consider that. It's a way to connect with people. It's a way to deepen your spiritual life, and it's wonderful. So if you think you might be interested, let me know. I'll put your name down. We'll have a sign-up sheet next week. Yeah. Any questions? Let me know.
Okay. And now I want to say goodbye. Can we get over here? Say goodbye to our friends online. We love you. We appreciate you. We see the light that you are. Thank you for being part of this community.